Hey guys, it's me, Shaw360, and I'm doing the review for only episode 11 of Descendants of the Sun. And I've got my TV watching blanket on because I just got through watching episode 11. I haven't watched episode 12 yet, but I am so mad at the show right now. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, but kind of a running theme in my reviews for the last few episodes of the show have been how the show has a lot of realism to it. There's a lot of elements of it that really speak true, a lot of things that don't seem ultra contrived. I mean, there was the whole thing with the Arab prince and having to save him getting the get out of jail free cards, which I told you guys that was going to come up later on in the show. However, for the most part, everything else seemed like stuff that could legitimately happen in like a third world country that's being gripped by war. But this episode, so many things were just like plot setups, and it made me so angry, and so many reactions that people had to different stuff just seemed like either out of character or really extreme that I'm like, you know what? I can't even go forward unless I do this review right now. Because there was at one point during episode 11 where I actually stopped the video and I had to take an hour-long break just to get my mind right to continue going on with it. So, at the beginning of episode 11, if you recall, we found out that Lieutenant Yoon had the M3 virus. And they had her on quarantine. They had the old doctor on quarantine, which I finally picked a nickname for him and his nurse friend. It is going to be Dr. Song and Nurse Dance. Get it? Song and Dance, because they're kind of dancing around each other. I thought it was clever. Anyway, Dr. Song and Nurse Dance. Dr. Song was in quarantine because if you recall, he was sick in episode 10. Of course, Lieutenant Yoon is in quarantine. Caesar Milan is in quarantine. And things are looking pretty dire. So, of course, with everybody being in quarantine, there's got to be some like medical emergency kind of stuff, you know, heighten up the drama. And there were a couple of good moments relating to the drama of dealing with people with illness. There was a moment where Onu was kind of able to redeem himself to Lazy Bones by saving Caesar Milan when he was like having a seizure, or I don't know what he was doing, something that caused him to like go into shock, foam at the mouth, and then bite Onu. So apparently when his respirator gets shut off, he like contracts rabies. I don't know. It seemed really far-fetched and contrived. Either way it goes, Dr. Onu being able to save Caesar Milan, I thought that was a cool moment while he was saving him, but at the same time, I couldn't help thinking in my mind, where's your fucking face mask? You're dealing with people with infectious, contagious diseases that seem to be airborne. Shouldn't you have on protective equipment if you're working in that area? But yeah, he was able to save him. Lazy Bones got to witness it, and Lazy Bones ended up saying like, hey guy, you look like a doctor now. And of course, this causes Onu to have like a full-scale meltdown. Just, oh my God, I feel so much better. I can go back to Korea now. That was the moment that I turned off the computer and took an hour-and-a-half long break. I'm sorry. I'm just so sick of watching Onu cry. And I know I'm probably the only one who feels this way, but like, come on, dude. And then like, that's all it took to cure all of his problems. Like, one, attaboy, and all of a sudden he can call his fiance and make jokes and yada yada yada. And of course, being bitten by a rabid patient who has this highly contagious virus, that one splash of blood got Lieutenant Yoon infected from it, but Onu gets bit. His skin is broken, and that foam that was in Caesar Milan's mouth gets into this thing, but Onu doesn't have it. That's just the hell. So Lieutenant Yoon, she was doing okay, and then all of a sudden, you know, her vision gets bad. She realizes, I've got it bad. I'm getting into the rough stages. So she calls her dad, and her dad have a really heartfelt moment on the phone where she's like, you know, Dad, I'm sorry for telling you we're going to lose everything. You know, I love you. If anything happens to me, just know that. And if I do make it, can you please not make my boyfriend, Wolf, leave the military? Apparently, all this time, she knew that her dad wanted Wolf to leave the military, and she didn't want her dad to do that. And I thought that was really awesome that she didn't try to, like, break Wolf and make him confess to her. She just wanted to keep their time precious. And, you know, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, these were some of the tense medical moments. Also, Lieutenant Yoon, after speaking with her dad, immediately takes a turn for the worse. They have to put her in the ice bath. And again, plot contrivance. Immediately after they put her in the ice bath, Dr. Kong's like, I need this certain medicine that we found that can help cure this, because Dr. Song managed to do a little research and find out what medicine would cure this. So she's like, and I need it immediately. Wait, the truck that has the medicine that I need immediately has been hijacked, and I have to have this medicine in an hour? Do you guys think you can rescue it? What are the chances of all of the timing lining up like that? Like, for real, for real? I think that could have been different. So they go out to the site where the medicine has been hijacked, and they make the exchange, the diamonds for the medicine. And when they make the exchange, the one hijacker is like, hey, thanks for our diamonds. And Wolf, because this is the medicine needed to keep his baby alive, just beats the dog shit out this guy. Not that he didn't deserve it. But yeah, then they're able to get the medicine because the hijackers wouldn't steal this really valuable, important medical item that could probably bring lots of money on the black market. They would never dream to do something like that. They're honest criminals. They're willing to make an even exchange of $2 million in diamonds for maybe what's probably $50,000 worth of medicine. No loss there. So they bring the medicine back, inject Lieutenant Yoon. She starts doing better. Now, in case you're wondering, like, the diamonds, what made them decide to hijack this medicine truck for these diamonds? August shows up on base with some of his goons to find out if Caesar Milan made it, to try to seize Caesar Milan and snatch these diamonds. What kind of military base are they on? Because at the very end of the episode, they show Big Boss trying to go through the gates. So I assume this is a gated facility. But I've had people in my family in the military, and they've served in various countries. Some of them have even served in war zones. What kind of base lets people without credentials, criminal types, go onto their property and just hang out, visit friends in the hospital? Makes no sense. But yeah, August had come up to the base looking for Caesar Milan and looking for his diamonds. And when he realized that they had his diamonds, that's why he did the whole hijacking thing. But August is not through getting what he thinks is his. Later on, as almost right after they inject Lieutenant Yoon, here comes the police from Yerk is what I've heard them say it as, so I've probably been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. And they arrest Fatima for dealing illegal narcotics on the black market. And her little boyfriend comes out the police car like, yeah, we're criminals. He set this whole thing up. Somehow or another, they managed to kidnap Dr. Kong, too, from the base. Again, what kind of base is this? Yes, I know that military people have to work with local officials when they're in these foreign countries in order to be able to get diplomatic peacekeeping operations in place. But these probably weren't even really police. They probably had like a fake piece of paper. They were working for August. There's probably nothing that even smelled slightly of legitimacy about their presence there. So who's working the gate? Because already, like, 2 totally fraudulent bad people have made it onto this premises. And whoever's working the gate, if it's the same person both times, they fucking need to be fired. It's no sense. It makes no sense. So yeah, they kidnapped Dr. Kong. And of course, Nurse Choi is like, oh yeah, she went with the police to the police station because they were going to arrest Fatima. How weird. Speaking of Fatima, when they rescued Fatima from her boyfriend, she was wearing the same dress she had on when they rescued her from the ghost village. When August showed up on the base, probably a week later, wearing the same dress. When they kidnap her the next day, maybe, same dress. Why doesn't Fatima have more than one red dress? Because you can't tell me it's because it's the same day, because the other characters have changed clothes since then. Dr. Kong has had wardrobe changes. So why is Fatima still in the same red dress all the damn time? Realism, guys. Just want to know. And I don't think I addressed it on my last video, but also, why does Fatima seem to have like a slightly American accent for being somebody who is in what I think is an Arab country, maybe? But I mean, that's just neither here nor there. So Big Boss, of course, finds out that Dr. Kong has been kidnapped by the August gang, and rather than doing the thing that he kind of chided Dr. Kong about doing, which is going into a situation with no backup, no plan, lack of resources, just jumping in, he does the exact same thing. Hops in a vehicle, runs off to go find her. Now, dude, you already know who's got Fatima, who's got Dr. Kong. Why would you go there with just you, a gun, and a Jeep? So he's driving down the road. All of a sudden, he almost hits Fatima with the Jeep. He pulls over, gets out the car to go grab her out the middle of the road, which smells of a setup, of course. Fatima gets shot in the leg, which it actually scared me when they shot her. I was like, dude, did they just kill Fatima? No, they shot her in the kneecap. Then August comes down. Of course, Dr. Kong's got this tape over her face. She's a hostage. And August is like, listen, I know that there is a setup to try to kill me once I deliver these guns. I need you to help me get out the country. And in exchange, I'm not going to kill your doctor bitch. That's his words, not mine. And of course, Big Boss is like speaking in Korean like, I'm going to kill you with my bare hands. The moment I get you, I'm going to reach my hand into your chest, pull out your heart, and watch it beat in front of your face. So August is like grinning like, I win. Told you, ha ha ha. Him and Dr. Kong drive off. When they drive off, Dr. Kong's got the walkie-talkie in her pocket. She's had it this whole time and just never was able to use it to let people know, hey, I've been kidnapped. So she used the walkie-talkie cuts on because it's been on. It's been on this whole time. Battery since last night. And Big Boss is on the radio telling her, hey, baby, don't you worry. You know I'm a professional. I got you. You're going to be safe. You can count on me. And, of course, August takes the walkie-talkie and throws it out the window. Well, August is, trying to do the whole I'm intimidating the hostage thing by, pistol whipping Dr. Kong, telling her your boyfriend, he ain't no good, you need to stay away from him. Of course, Dr. Kong, in what is a very realistic piece of the show, tells him, you are just so pressed. You wish you knew what I was saying. You wish you was half as good as my man. So back at the base, Big Boss is like, hey, I just brought Fatima back. They kidnapped Dr. Kong. What are we going to do? And of course, Snidely Whiplash, his company commander, is just, we're not going to do anything. The Blue House doesn't want us to do anything. We need to stay by the books. It's about politics. And of course, Big Boss is like, fuck that noise. I'm going to go get my woman. I'm here to protect the citizens of Korea. She is a Korean citizen, and also she is my lady. I'm fixing to go get her. And shouts out to General Yoon, Lieutenant Yoon's father. He calls Big Boss before he's about to ram the gate and says, you know what? For 3 hours, I'm going to act like I don't even know you. You're not a soldier in Korea. You're not even a fucking citizen in Korea. You are on your own, Maverick style. Go and get her. And, I felt so bad because Big Boss is trying to tell Wolf, hey, I'm fixing to go on this mission. He's trying to be like low-key about it, but he's also kind of like sniffing a little bit like, this might be the last time I get to talk to you, boo. Because if you didn't know, Big Wolf Boss is the OTP of the show. And of course, Wolf is like preoccupied because Lieutenant Yoon just woke up. He's like, I'll call you later, man. My girl's up. And of course, Big Boss is probably thinking to himself, bitch, I'm trying to give you this last goodbye. You just gonna cut me off like this? Okay, I see how it goes. He gets on his bad Mamma Jamma outfit on, all black hat, jacket, clothes, whatever. Goes down to the bar, picks up his legal guns, and it looks like from the previews he's ready to kick ass. And, I mean, it's a cool setup for him to finally go vigilante, but at the same time, I'm just like, there's so many other angles you could have gone with this if you wanted to. Like, if you really wanted to put Dr. Kong in danger and have a realistic situation between her and the bad guys, it would have been as easy as having Dr. Kong get in the Jeep when they were transporting the children out of the base, because, they were transporting all the children to keep them away from this infection. She could have gotten on the bus with the children that they were taking away from the base that were like not infected with the M3, but still had like medical concerns, you'd be like, well, I'm going to accompany them to the next place because I speak good English, and I'll translate their charts to whoever we're taking him to. At that point, August and his gang could have hijacked the truck that she was on. They could have sent the message to Big Boss saying, hey, I've got Dr. Kong. You need to come get her here. But this whole coming onto the base to go get Dr. Kong, that's some bullshit. That is absolutely some bullshit, and it just really took me out of the show, and I'm gonna need a break of at least a day before I can do episode 12. But man, I just feel like the show jumped the shark on this episode, and I'm really sad about that. But yeah, I just got through watching, so maybe I'm just in a heightened state of emotion, and it really isn't that bad. But I spent a lot of time shouting at my computer saying, the fuck? Why are you doing that? That makes no sense. I can't believe you're doing this. Oh my gosh, stop. But I mean, there were some nice notes. There was a little romance thrown in the midst of, death and chaos. And of course, the song and dance couple, when she realizes that he is not sick with the M3 virus, I think she was going to try to trick him, but he of course knew better. They had a little bit of a clinch, and I want song and dance to get together. I like song and dance. They're sweet. There's something sweet about old love. But yeah, those are all the things I can think of. I really did almost cry when Lieutenant Yoon was talking to her dad. That moment really got me here. I was like, oh, girl. Ooh. But yeah, other than that, this episode, it really rubbed me the wrong way. And I just want to tell you guys how But I'll catch you on episode 12. Talk to you later. Bye!